Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm back at Hall Farm and we're going to see if we can find some big fat roach. I did say we'd do that on the last video. Usually in here, once you get past all the small ones, there's some big fish. I'm talking £2 plus. There was reports last week of a £3 coming out, so hopefully we can find them. So I've got two lines. I've got one at about 11 metres and another one short about 8 metres. The 8 metre line, I'm actually going to go for the carp. It's only probably about 2 foot deep there, so I'm not expecting the fish to turn up straight away, but we'll get cracking. We'll hopefully find some of these big roach and see what we can do. We'll see you in a bit. Well, we finally had a bite and target species achieved, which I'm very pleased about because it is a big fat roach. Finally found a nice one. So let's get this in the net and get this beauty unhurt. Oh, he certainly scoffed that one well. So let's get the scourger. Yeah, it's a lovely roach, probably good 8 to 10 ounces. So we are off and running. Hopefully we can find plenty more that, shall we say, look like that. I mean, what a beautiful fish. So, good start. Let's see if we can get out and get another one. So, went straight back out. I'm now into another one. That feel like a really good roach again. I feel like they're in my peg. So, I'm kind of hoping that this is going to be the start of some really nice bagging. Let's have a look at this. This feels like a pretty good fish. Oh, look at this. What a fish. Oh yes. So, unfortunately guys, I wish I had a keep net today so I can actually show you these at the end, but I've just had another roach which is twice the size of the last one. He's probably getting on for at least £1, and let's get him unhooked and I'll show you this one. Look at this, what a stunning fish, and this is why we've come today. So roach are on, so let's see if we can get a bigger one than this, because I know they're in here. So right, we'll get baited up and get back out. I've had to feed quite a bit of bait to get them down there, I've got to be honest. I was a bit dubious about putting a lot in today after the colder weather. But I'm not going to mess about. I'm going to fish positive. I've got bolt shot on my float. I'm fishing about 4 foot deep, and I'm just going to bomb it straight down to the deck where I've fed quite a few maggots and a few pellet. They do respond to pellet in here, but that tends to be a good thing when it gets rid of all the little ones, and then eventually that'll attract those bigger ones into the peg. But we'll get this one back out now, see if we can get it straight on the same spot and nail the next one. But that was a lovely positive bite, probably weren't in there for 30 seconds. So I'm just lowering that down now. I'm not messing about, I'm saying bombing it straight to the bottom. So hopefully that'll avoid all the little tiny things, and we'll carry on catching those big ones. But we've had 2 nice fish so far. That's gone again, yeah, and that feels like a lovely fish. So the big ones are in the peg, which is absolutely superb. I was going to thinking that today I was going to just get bugged by all the little ounce ones, but oh yeah, this one's going well, so this is another good roach. Probably don't want to lose that. There's Gary still, he's screaming around. They are absolutely nailing that bait. Again, that was out there for 30 seconds, so the better quality fish is showing, and this is another lovely roach. Oh, got a belly on him. Show you this is lovely too. So this is the land of the fatties. So again, what a lovely cracking roach. I'm going to carry on and hopefully get a few more of these ones. We've obviously got the rig set up just as we want it, but roach like that, you know, that's probably close to £1 again. You know, roach like that, we're going to build a huge net of silvers. You know, I might get the odd carp move in, which is a bit of a nightmare when you're only using fine gear, but we've specifically come for these lovely bars of silver today, and we've obviously had 3, one a chuck so far, So I'm kind of hoping that these big ones are going to stay there, move in and keep them there. I might have to come up in the water for them if I carry on feeding, but at the moment I'm just going to pick them off, and when the bites slow up I shall probably introduce a bit more feed and then give it 10 minutes to get them back in the peg. But when those big ones start feeding, as I say, there's potentially a massive one in here, probably £3 that I might get, so you never know. But positive start. Ship this pole back to where my marker is, and then just drop that straight back down on the spot. Hold that back there. I've got some back shot on the line as well, so I'm tight at all times, so I'm actually in touch with the fish instantly. Now, I was tempted to use a slightly bigger hook, but the bites have been shy, so I've swapped it over, like I said, to a small hook now. And hopefully we'll continue to find these big fish. Alright, so I've now put some bait in, and that's literally gone straight under, and I've got to be honest, I think this is probably one of their better roach, so I'm hoping it is anyway. Yeah, I've fed a few micros again just to keep the little ones at bay, and some maggot on top, and this one's really certainly having a good go, so I'm hoping this one's a fat one. It feels like it probably will be. Let's take this section of pole off. See if we can get this one in. Certainly give me a fight. That actually buried the moment I hit the water pretty much. It's not as big as I first thought, but I've got to say it's another lovely roach. If you want some real good silver fishing, this is the place to come. There you go. I mean, again, look at this. That's another cracker. There's loads of them in here, and when you get through them little ones and they start feeding, you can have some stunning nets. Now, I spoke to the owner this morning, and he's very kindly said that next time I come for the silvers, he's going to let me use a keep net, which they don't normally allow on here, so a little bit privileged because I've been coming here since I was a kid and that, and they know me pretty well, so thanks to the owners of Hall Farm for letting me potentially do that, and we'll be able to show you a net full, and you know, there's really impressive bags of roach you can catch out of here. So I'm quite excited about putting this one straight back in after feeding, because I've got a funny feeling it's not going to be there long, it's going to bury straight away. And we're going to have a few more. The rig I'm using, as I say, is 4x12s, so it's not a big heavy rig, and I've just put a bulk shot of probably about 10 inches from the hook, and then one little dropper probably about 5 inches below that, and as I say, it's just settling. You just see the float just sit nicely and then buried straight away. As the wind has got up, I've actually put a pole pot on to feed. What I've done is dropped about 10 maggots in it, dipped it into the water, so as you're shipping out you don't lose your bait all over the place with your pole bouncing around, and we're slowly lowering it in direct straight above the feed. And like I say, hopefully that won't be there much longer. That's now sat. I think that about a count of 3 the last time that went in and went under. I don't think that's going to be long before it goes again. But the Stamper roach, as you can see, are fantastic. I am battling with the carpers on the far side of the lake today, because they do seem to want to fish in my peg rather than the one that they've actually paid for. So they're getting closer and closer to me, so hopefully I ain't going to end up getting all tangled up. I've sat so well now. I'm glad I painted that black, I can see it now. It was a bit hard to see the red on it earlier. Things with those roach, the big ones, when they move in, if they come in numbers, they do scoff a bait. It's amazing how much they eat. And say one of the first ones I had this morning, that was absolutely full of maggots. He probably had 20 or 30 and all fell out as I unhooked him, so they're definitely on the scoff. But they probably will be the only fish really on the feed today with the cold weather. So, oh, little knock. No. Let's lower that back down again. All that wind's getting up. one or two big bream in here and all, but obviously, as you know, the joy of fishing maggot. Oh, there we go. That feels like, oh yeah, that feels a good one. So, I enjoy fishing maggot. It does pretty much catch everything, doesn't it? So, you never know what you're going to get, but I am a little bit worried I'm going to hook up one of the big carp in here on this and smash my rig to bits, which I won't be overly amused at if I do, because I only made the one for today. Oh, that's another lovely quality roach. You know, I could catch these all day quite happily. So again, nailed that red maggot and another lovely fish. Can't go wrong, can we? Just nick that in the top. So I don't know if you can see that, but that very small hook, double maggot, and I've got 5 inches from that, one small dropper, then a bulk, and then that's about 3 foot to my float, which is, I say, it's a 4x12s, all handmade for me by a chap on YouTube, or sorry, a chap from Facebook, and then I've got a couple of shot on the top there just to keep it all nice and stable in the water. Oh, into another one again. Not sure this one's quite as big as the last one. But, fingers crossed, that is a better fish. So I'm having to feed quite a bit of bait, which is surprising given how cold the weather is. But this is definitely another nettable roach. We've had several now, and I'm getting to the point where we're getting through the little ones really quickly. As soon as that feed goes in, the little ones attack it, and then you then get a quality one come along a few minutes later once those small ones have been fed off, and these bigger ones are actually bullying the others out of the peg. But oh, he's a bit lively, but look at these. I mean, aren't they stunning fish? You know, that is probably getting on for nearly a pound. You know, and these fish now are having it now, so I'm really pleased that they're starting to tuck in. We did try up in the water a little while ago and see if we could get them having a moment on a pull on that. And I've got to say, I do like catching them up in the water, especially when you've got fine gear on, because they are really good fun. You know, and these bigger ones, they do take a bit of elastic out after when you're getting them up shallow, but they're not having that. So we're staying on the deck. Again, I'm putting a bit of feed in every time I go out. You know, I'm probably only putting 10 or 12 maggots in, because these things are quite ravenous. Like I say, that's probably the 3rd or 4th fish of that sort of stamp that I've had, where I've actually pulled them in and they've had most of my bait in their mouth, and you can see they've been feeding quite quickly. So they're devouring quite a bit. I mean, I've probably been here now, what, an hour, had several fish of that sort of stamp, and I've probably fed half a pint of maggots already, so they're definitely having the feed today, which is really, really nice. So I suppose in the moment, in that hour, I've probably had a good 8 to 10 pound of fish, which when you're silver fishing is fantastic. And you know, if you're in a match as well, you know, and you're catching them like that sort of stamp that quickly, a brilliant fish to have. So I'm now putting back out. I've got, let's say, 10 or 12 maggots back in the pot. I'm now going to empty those in right on my mark with a tree on the opposite bank. Bring the float above it about a foot, and then just slowly lower that rig in. And I've got a funny feeling that ain't going to be there long. At least the roach are eating, which is really good. I am surprised I ain't had a bream yet. Like I say, I've been putting pellet in, because those small fish do like to munch on the micro pellet, but that do tend to bring the bream in after a period of time, but they're not showing the day at all. Interestingly though, I am having a bit of fun, because there's a guy on the opposite bank who came down about 20 minutes ago. He's just set up right opposite me, and as I said earlier, there's a couple of guys to my left, probably about 100 metres down the lake. Oh yeah, there's another nice one, and they're casting right in front of me. I mean, I don't know why they're fishing out of their peg, but this poor old chap across from me now, he's had several bites that he thought were fish, and turns out they're the guys on the opposite bank. So yeah, it's been a funny argument. You might even get to hear them while I'm filming, but it's making me laugh anyway. So, yeah, that's another nice roach, probably 4 or 5 ounces. To be fair, he might have been about the smallest of the day. I've had only a couple of small ones, but again, look at these, absolutely lovely roach. You know, they're brilliant stamp, and the quality of them, like I say, that's probably never been caught before. What a beautiful fish. So everybody comes in here for the carp. You know, and don't get me wrong, that is really good fishing when the carp are on the feed. I mean, crikey, I've had 400 or 500 pound out of here in a full day session. Because the fish, you know, you don't need many of them. I would say most of the fish in here are sort of 10 to 15 pounds. You know, it doesn't take a lot of them to catch a few. And I normally pull them out. To my left here, that's just an old reed bed, and the tree here is probably 100 years old, and all the roots are all gnarled up underneath there, and I fish right into them during the summer months. And I've got to be honest, some of the fish I've pulled out of there are ridiculous size on pole. But proper good fun, but you do ask for like the odd broken kit or two, because I've done that as well. Can be an expensive day out, but the fishing's mad in here sometimes. Right, so a few more maggots in the pot. I'm still fishing a bulk and dropper from about 6 inches from the hook, just to get that bait down. I'm sort of get intercepted with a few of them little tiny ones if I fish it on the drop and spread those shot out. So I am using stots today. Not ideal. I would rather use shot, because that will keep them nice and stable on your line. But I've tried the heavier rig today, and they don't seem to want to even touch it. So as soon as I put the lighter rig on, that's almost an instant bite. But we're catching some lovely fish today. And the stamp is fantastic, as you've already seen. What have we got there? Tiny one. Right, it might be time to feed again, I think. We did wonder, had a few little knocks and bobs happening. I did wonder that whether the smaller ones had turned up, but I can't grumble, we're still catching. He's only a little one, as you can see, but again, they're beautiful condition. I love when you plop them back in the water and that, and you see those red fins just glow as they swim off, which is awesome. So I'm just going to put some more maggot and pellet in. I'm hoping no skimmers turn up, because some of them in here are quite decent. So they're not there at the moment. I think they're probably being a little bit shy today, staying off the back of the bait. Again, I'm not going to put loads and loads in, just enough to keep the peg ticking over. So there's probably 50 maggots in there, a small ball of micro pellet. I might change bait in a minute. I've got some expanders with me this morning. There's only 4 mils that I prepared last night, so I soaked them overnight. And then once they're in the bag and that, put some water in with them. I normally just shove them in the fridge and take them out in the morning. They're perfect. Give them a bit of a squeeze, take the air out, put them back in the water again, and then that make them nice and heavy, and they'll sink right down to the bottom nicely with the rest of your bait. So I might give them a go in a bit. I'll see if I can find the odd skimmer on them. That felt like a nice fish. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at these. I mean, they're lovely. Big fish every time. Tiny little hook I'm using today, it's only a 16, but look at that, what a stunning roach. So that's another 6 to 8 ounces in the net. I've had quite a few today, I've got to say. I mean, they've all been that sort of stamp, which is great. But, as the session goes on, I'm hoping, like I said to you before, these big fish turn up, the real monsters. And that'd be really nice to show you one of them, because they are stunning. Because like I say, no one's ever caught them. Oh dear. Guy on the other bank has managed to get himself caught up with these chaps to my left again. There'll be a fight brewing soon. Fishing and fighting. All in one day. Oh, yeah, there we go. That's a better fish. Yes, that's a nice roach. Yeah, he's certainly having a tow. He's pulling the elastic out of a tree. Hopefully this might be the biggest of the day, potentially. I haven't quite seen him yet. Oh yeah, that's a lovely looking fish. Let's get him in the net. Not quite the biggest of the day, but another cracker. Look at that. Absolutely stunning. He must be, what, 10 inches long? Absolutely posing now, like he's got his dorsal up and everything. What a beautiful creature. Let's get him back. Oh dear, I've just hooked something rather large, and at the minute I can't do nothing with it. I've got all my sections out just about, and this one's tearing around like a lunatic, and my elastic feels like it's on the other side of the lake. So I'm pretty sure this is probably going to be a carp, but I've got to be honest, if it's a 10-pound roach, I'll be a happy man, but we know that's not going to happen. So yeah, I've got as much elastic stretched out at the minute as a pole I've got, so, and my little 18s hook on my 2-pound line might not do too well. How far out is he now? Oh Lord, I'm a little bit scared. Well, I hope you can hear me guys, but I actually had my microphones die. But we've been catching roach fairly steadily now for a little while. I've just had, potentially, this don't feel right what I've got on here now. Initial bite, I thought it might have been potentially a carp. That still might be, only a smaller one. But I'm kind of hoping this is, yeah, it's carp. I was hoping, the way it went off to start with, it felt like a massive roach. But it's now holding back now and not really moving a lot, so I think I've probably just hooked another solid lump. Yeah, it's taking off now. And it's moving rather ponderously and slowly, so yeah, some of the roach I've been getting over the last sort of 20 minutes or so have been these tiny little ones again, so I have fed a big pot of feed down there again, and all I've done is just attract the big lumps into the peg. So I've got to be a little bit careful, because again I'm on that size 18 hook with a pound bottom on it. But luckily enough I've got a really soft elastic on here, it's no much more than a 10, so stretching out pretty well. I'm just holding on to this one for dear life at the minute because I've got a funny feeling it's going to snap if I'm not careful. Oh, off he goes again. So, but I think this might be the one that I'm going to end the session on. So thanks for watching. We did get a few nice roach, which was really, really nice, and I'll probably show you this one if I get it in, because it is torpedoing around pretty well right now. And yeah, I don't fancy my chances on this really tiny hook length that I've got on here now. I'm going to have to add some more sections to the pole, because these just took off up the lake. Oh. So I think I'm going to be holding on to this one for a little while. I'm a bit concerned because the elastic's right by the aerator over there, and I've got a load of weed to my right to fight as well as the weed to my left, so this could end up pretty messy. But I decided to change my maggot bait to a single grain of corn and see if I could find one of those big roach. But it looks like the carp have certainly moved in on the peg now. Yeah, this one's absolutely flying about. So I'll flip you around so you can actually see, but I've got all 13 metres out right now, and if I can lift out, I don't know if you'll see the elastic on that, but as you can see the elastic's out as long as the pole is, so I'm sort of just holding on for grim death for this one. But fingers crossed, you never know, I might land it, but with a £2 bottom and a size 18 hook, that's always a challenge, as some of you all know. So yeah, every time I gain a yard he wants to take another section off me, so keep the pole low. I might get lucky and get him in, but it's probably not that big. But like I say, the top layers of that water are warming up a little bit, and he's certainly pulling hard. Holding the pole quite loosely, so if that do bottom, you can actually just pull the pole free from the fingers. So, oh, come on. Yeah, it was a proper old bite. He certainly nailed it. He's kind of swimming towards me now, which is a bonus. You take your time, like I say, you can land these big fish on tiny lines and tiny hooks, as long as you don't rush and let the fish wear itself out. But as he's torpedoing around like a lunatic right now, he is obviously trashing the rest of my peg and my swims that I've fed, so yeah. Oh, he's going again. Come on, that's it, turn yourself, that's it. I'm trying to keep him out of that right hand side because there's just weed after weed there, and that's very shallow too, so I mean I could probably walk out to where that weed is on my right there and right to the very end of it, which is about 7 or 8 metres off the bank, and that would probably only come up to my knee. But to try and keep him out of that rubbish, I'm having a bit of an hard time. He seems to know where those snags are, so but I apologise if me filming isn't going to be very good on the last carp that I caught, because that battery seemed to die on my receiver for the sound. So, oh, he's right in that weed. Come on, out you come. Don't give it any more beans. You can see the pole's pretty well bent at the minute. Oh, don't break. Oh, he's out of the weed again. I don't know if you can see the elastic on there. It's way out in the middle of the lake. He's off again. Oh, he's giving him some pole. Oh, chasing him down, but he's certainly flying. Oh. It might be a while on this one. I'll probably run out of tape before I get him in by the looks of this. It's always hard to tell how big they are though, that's the thing, as I say. On that softer elastic, that can be quite deceiving. But I will end on this fish, I think. We'll call it a day, if I can get him in. And let's see if we can gain a bit back on him. Keep that pole tip low, he might follow me in with any joy. Yeah. Slowly come. Nearly at the puller. If we can just get him to the puller bung, we might be alright. Come on. I'll try and mug him as he comes across here, but there's still quite a lot of elastic out at the minute. Right, we're at the puller bung, so let's see if I can pull him back a touch. Yeah, my elastic's right at full max, I think. Oh, he's off again. He might turn. Come on. Here we come. Now, as soon as I put pressure on him, he's absolutely torpedoed off again. He's a proper handful, this one. Like I say, if you keep them low, that tends to stop them panicking. And I might gain a bit. The only concern is the amount of debris I've got in front of me. Come on. Oh, he's off. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on. No, 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 no. Try and keep him out of them weeds. He knows exactly where they are. Come on. Right, I can see the end of me Dacron connector. So he's not far away now. God knows how big he is. Oh, I still ain't seen him quite yet. I just saw a brief glimpse. Yeah, that's a look at that boil, guys. That's a lump. Come on. Oh, he's off again. Almost uncontrollable with this soft stuff on. Oh, don't do that. He's now took another 5 metres out. Come on. I don't know what that duck's doing, but got a stiff neck, mate. Oh, he's off again. Oh, come on. He's trying to do his best to get into that weed there. Come on. Yeah, it does feel quite heavy, this fish, I've got to be honest. It might be bigger than my last one. If I can just get his head up and take a gulp of air, we might be able to just turn him. Oh, he's definitely giving me a scrap. He's got me standing up off my box now. Oh, he's off again. We might be some time with this one, guys. Oh, you see how much elastic he's now whipped off me again. Almost back down to the knot on the elastic. And he's swinging back at me. Oh, come on, fish. He's right in front of us now. I don't know if you guys can see that, but he's certainly torpedoing. Up he comes. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Take a deep breath. Oh, that's a big fish. That's a very big fish. Oh. Hopefully he's starting to tire, but he's trying to get into them weeds again. Oh, come on. No, no, no. Oh, he's got all the elastic back again. So we've got to start all over again. Just when you think you got him. There you go, straight off to the right again where those reed beds are. Come on. Oh my god, look at the size of this, guys. That ain't going in my net, is it? You can see the back on him. He's about 3.5 feet long. Oh dear, I hope we get to show you this, because like I say, I've only got a £2 light hook link on that. That is a ridiculous fish on that tiny hook. Come on, big. Come on, my big buddy. My poor elastic's about as stretched as stretch can get at the minute. Come on, he's easing back. Just get him up above that net. And come on, up you come. Oh, nearly had a duck in the line. You really don't want that. He's starting to tire, I hope. He says as he takes another 5 feet of elastic. Come on. I'd love to show you this one. Oh, it's an absolute beast. Oh. But just take, once he's had a gulp of air, I'm on a winner. We ain't far away from that, I hope, looking at this. I don't even know how I'm going to get him in the net, people. I really don't. Oh, there we go. Oh, we got him. Oh my god. That's a lump. That's a big fish. Well, he's almost as thick as my waist. Alright, I'm hoping I'm going to get to show you this so I sign off for the day. But this is an absolute unit. Right, where's my hook? Just in a little bit. As the wind gets up and blows on me poke it out. This is an absolute whopper, guys. Oh, I can barely get my hands around him, but hopefully I can get to show you. What a unit that is. Well, this is Slippery Eel signing off for the day. What a lovely fish to finish on. I can't tell you, he must be 6 inches thick. Getting on for £14, £15, but what a winner on a little light hook link and a size 18 hook. Thanks for watching. My name's Mark, and I'll see you again soon on Slippery Eel Fishing. Thanks very much, guys. Take care. Well, I was going to end, but I've just gone straight back out, and you know what's happened, don't you? I've got another one straight on. This one's absolutely screaming around at the minute, so I've obviously got a peg full of carp now where I've been putting all that bait in all day, and they've just nailed that piece of corn yet again. So this is definitely last chuck fish, I think. Oh, off he goes again. He's absolutely gone right round the reed beds. Oh, I'm going to lose this one, I reckon, looking at this mess. Let's get him out of that. Oh. He's absolutely gone right round the corner to my left, and there's more snags out there than I care to think about, so whether I can get him in before the camera dies is another matter, but that'd be good to show you this one. Oh, he's out, thank God for that. I have no idea how I'm landing these big fish on this light line, but I've obviously got the tackle balanced rather well, which is good. We've just had something else swimming at the line then, that just bounced all over the place. So hopefully, I don't think this one's as big as the last one. I think he's just had a run and that's him done, I hope. Oh, he knows where them weeds are. Oh, he's out. Just as I think I'll get a chance to control him, he's off on the left again, like a rocket. I think note to self, while fishing for roach, don't use sweet corn. So that's all on the same rig as I've had all those roach on today, that really light rig, nothing heavy, because I've probably got £6 main body £2 hook link, size 18 hook, and a sort of number 10 elastic, and as you can see it's obviously really well balanced because obviously I'm pulling in some rather large fish on this. But quite frankly, I probably have no right to do so. And I think the key to that is just making sure that you do have everything balanced and right, because you get a lot more chance of landing those bonus fish. I mean, I weren't after these today, but I knew they would be potentially a bycatch. And when they pull as hard as that, you don't mind it. So, he's absolutely going for it. I've got to say though, I am giving him some stick this time, knowing that I'm now going to leave in a bit, because he's now trying to tuck himself into the reed beds again. Oh, that's it, that's got him, he's come out now. That's the only challenge with this peg, full of debris from the trees around you. And oh, that's a nice big swell, perhaps he's bigger than I thought. Come on, out you come at that. No, no, no. Oh, we know where that reed bed is. I've just turned him out of that, thank God. Come on. Oh, he's bigger than I thought, and there's a big stick stuck to his head. He's mine. Wow. Well, we will end on this one because I have had enough today of some fantastic roach. Lovely carp. There's another one, probably £5 or £6, flapping around like a lunatic. He's all caught up around every fin going. Right, where's the hook? Right on the side of his mouth. Again, look at the tiny hook I've got on there, guys, you can barely see it. So, nice balanced tackle, and there's my reward with a big stick attached to my fingers. So, oh, there we go, last one, promise you. Anyway, I'll see you soon, take care.